Hi guys, this is going to be part 3 of my multiplayer scratch game, and we're going to do our final part of coding today, and let's see how to do that. In the previous video we finished all of these: the cloud setup, player clone tick, cloud tick, and these two pieces of code along with another one of a custom block. Now what we're going to do is our send my cloud data and our process cloud item. So now let's go to the process cloud item. What we're going to do here is that you're going to go to control, get an if then block, and there's going to be a new value here. Just pop it in. But before that, go to operators, get an equals to, and then pop it in the first value. Go to variables and scroll down over here for the list, and then click on item 1 of cloud values and just replace it with which item which of cloud values. After that, you're going to go to control and just stop this script. And then what you're going to do next is that you're going to go to variables, you scroll down to the list, and you're going to replace item which, meaning one of the items in general over here, with the new value. Yep, like this. With the new value, you're going to change it, and then you're just going to pop it right there below, and then scroll up, and then you're going to set the encoded string over here to the new value. The new value can be found up here, and just pop it in there, and then do the same thing with encoded index, but set it to 2 instead of a new value. Because again, remember over here when we're setting join C with these clouds, so the second part, so that's why we're setting encoded index to 2. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to use the custom block that we have already coded and just pop it in under there. And then we're going to take a if then block and then go to operators and put an OR there. And then for the first part of OR, keep a less than sign. The first part of the OR, keep a less than sign, and for the second part, keep an equals to sign. So now you're going to do if val is lesser than 1, because remember here we have set all the way above, pick random between 1 and 99999, all those numbers. So if it's less than 1, that won't be possible because then we couldn't have set it. So that's one of our condition. Or if it's my player UID, meaning if it's my own position, I won't send myself the same position. So I'm going to go to control. I'm going to grab a stop block. Then I'm going to simply stop this script. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to variables, grab a set block, and then set player hash over here to scroll down for this list to item hash of thing. In this thing, just pop in a val of not cloud values but my player UID. Pop it in right below there, not inside, below. And then afterwards, you're going to take an if then, if then. And inside of the if then, we're going to keep an equals to symbol, and if player hash equals to 0, then what we're going to do, in this case if it's 0, which is going to be us, then we're going to go down here and we're going to set player hash to the item of a blank variable in my player UIDs. And then we're going to grab an if then else block, because there are going to be two scenarios in this. The first one will be if player hash is equal to 0, the same scenario, but there's a catch to this. You're going to go to the variables and scroll down to the list and add thing to cloud values. And instead of the thing, just pop in a val and change this to my player UIDs. if player hash equal to 0. In both of these cases are the same, but in this case it means that if we don't have any more like space and we have to do this, then we're going to add val, meaning we're going to add this to my player UIDs and we're going to record a movement in the player data. So we're just going to duplicate it, and instead of my player UIDs, just change it to player data. And then next what you're going to do is that you're going to go to variables again and then just set player hash. As you can see here, I'm going to set my player hash to scroll down in the list, and at the bottom you'll find length of cloud values, and change the cloud values to player data, length of player data, and then just pop it there in the if block, and then go back to control, go down, and you'll see create clone of myself and add it there. Now we're going to code for the else part. It's very simple. Just go to variables and scroll down, and then take a replace item, and we're going to set the item, which is going to be player hash of player UIDs with, you can just scroll up over here, with the new value. Now that we're done with the else, we're going to just code a little bit at the bottom, then we're going to go on to the send my cloud after text one. So what we're going to do is that we're going to take a replace item of player data. You can scroll up and keep it with a new value, and what you have to do afterwards is, instead of this, just pop in a player hash over here, and then just pop it in at the bottom of all of the code, and then you're going to just define yourself again, go to variables and do set player hash to the empty value as shown here. Now we're done with the process cloud script. So most of our codes have meaning now. So let's go down, and again, this piece of code we've already covered in part 2. We're just going to share this from here, but if you still haven't done them, the same code will be here, these 3 pieces. You can either do it manually, or you can just take it and you can drop it in the cloud player like I did. And yep, now let's move on to the next piece of code here, which is going to be another of a custom block, the send my cloud data after text. So this is going to be one of the main codes that we have to do. So what you're going to do, grab an if then block, and then keep if, and then go to operators, grab a greater than block, and then go to variables if cloud tick. Go back to operators. At the bottom you'll see a mod. Mod is technically in the frames of that you're sending here. So cloud tick mod, you can find it over here and define count 0. Pop it in there, and then go to control, and then take the stop all script and change it to stop this script and pop it in there. And now what you're going to do is that you're going to set your encoded string to the empty value. So you can find the set here, and you're going to set your encoded string to the empty value and pop it in at the bottom. And then you can go to my blocks and take your custom block here, write number to encoded string. What you'll do here is that instead of the empty input, you're just going to go to variables and take my player UID and drop it down. And then you're going to take a repeat over here, and how many times you're going to repeat, go to variables and scroll down to the list, and you'll see length of cloud values, change it to my values to send, and that is how many times you're going to repeat it. And then just go grab your custom block that we made, the right number block. And then what we're going to do is we're going to scroll back to the list and item 1 of my values to send. Change this to my values to send and pop it inside the repeat. Now one more thing you're going to change is delete one of my values to send and keep it here. We're going to delete it so that we don't send the same values over and over again. Now let's move on to this part. And remember when we made a my channel to keep track and or record, you can say, of all of this? Now's the time to use it. Set my channel over here to go to operators and get a pick random between 1 and the length of the cloud values. In this case is 8 because we made 8 of these cloud values here. So I'm going to pick one between 1 and the whole length of them. So now how will we know which one we're going to use? We're going to keep switching them. So to know which one we're going to use, we have to set them to the encoded string. Now we can simply do that by using 8 if-thens, but we can cut that down by using only 3. And when I mean 3 in each, so we can cut down around 1 in each, makes us a total of 6. So now you're going to take if then else, then you're going to go to operators and take a lesser than sign, and you're going to keep my channel over here. Keep my channel over here, and you're going to ask if it's less than 5. If it's less than 5, then you're going to duplicate it and then keep another one inside, and you're going to ask if it's less than 3. If it's less than 3, then you're going to duplicate it again, and you're going to ask if it's less than 2. If it's less than 2, pop in the set cloud 1 over here to encoded string. Pop it in here, and if it's not if it's not lesser than 2, but it's lesser than 3, you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to set cloud 2 to the encoded string. Just pop it in here. Else, you're going to just grab another if block inside over here, right below here, in the else of the third one. When we ask my channel less than 3, there's going to be an else. Pop it in there. Then you're going to ask if my channel is less than 4. Less than 4, it means set cloud variable 3 to encoded string. Else, you're going to set cloud 4. And now you're going to take this whole block and duplicate it and keep it in the else of the first one, which is my channel less than 5. And after we do that, we're going to change it a little bit. If my channel less than 7, then you're going to ask if it's less than 6. If it's less than 6, set cloud 5. You can find it here. Set cloud 5 to encoded string. Else, right below that, you're going to set cloud 6 to encoded string. And then you're going to ask if my channel, you're going to ask this in my channel less than 7, the else of that. If my channel is less than 8. If it's less than 8, set cloud 7, otherwise set cloud 8. And with that being said, we finished all of our code. And we can just go back to check all of our codes here to make sure that we didn't miss anything. Let's go to the top. You must have this cloud set up with all of this and your define player clone tick and your when I receive cloud tick and your get next data packet and your write number val to encoded string and your define val is equal to read number from encoded string and your define process cloud item and last but not least your send my cloud data after count ticks, not forgetting these 3 blocks that we have duplicated from here. Now this is going to be a real multiplayer game, so you can play this with your other friends. Ooh, I can see another person is playing. So you can play these games with your other friends who can join and leave. As you just saw, another person was playing up my game with me, and that's why I saw it. Now, since part 3 is finished, you can make your own multiplayer game by just dropping this, by just opening backpack and popping this cloud player script there, as I have done here. And you can just add this to any of your other games and instantly make it a multiplayer game. Now, this is really coming together. Thank you so much for watching all 3 of these parts. Bye!